Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. All right, so basically it starts off where it left off. Jackie and Dolores. Girl, Jackie and Dolores, Jackie ain't no punk, but Jackie not scary. But for some reason, even though I think Jackie ain't scary, Dolores gives me like ex-mob wife. Like, Dolores gives me like the type of girl, like, now that she got children and she probably like saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Spirit, she try not to go down that road no more. But she gives me like she will take out a knife and like stab you. Like, Dolores gives me real back in the day she was crazy tea. Like, I'm not gonna shoot you, I'm gonna get a knife and stab you and look you dead in your face while I'm stabbing you. That's what Dolores give me. Dolores give me great. Jackie. Okay, so this is the thing, right? And I say this every week, and I know y'all tired of me saying this. I'm kind of new to New Jersey. I know I've watched episodes here and there, right? But last season was my first time watching like a full season straight through. And I hopped on Twitter and I see a lot of people like calling out Dolores. Like, I guess Dolores is supposed to be this fake person. I don't, have a dog in this fight because, again, I'm kind of new to this, right? So everybody seemed all right to me. But I think it's weird that everybody is like letting Jackie slide. Because the truth of the matter is Jackie ain't no different than Dolores when it comes to like who's the better friend to Jennifer. Jackie is the same person who I remember last year at the reunion, or I think even this year too, who got upset because she felt like Jennifer was trying to come between her and Marge's relationship. I think the same way that Dolores is closer to Marge than Jennifer, Jackie is closer to Marge than Jennifer too, right? Jackie is also the person who told Jennifer to her face that I don't think what Marge did was bad, or I feel bad for you, basically. Remember when they sat down like the first or second episode, I believe? And she told Jennifer that I don't feel bad for you. Marge wasn't wrong because y'all basically have this back and forth type of situation. So I'm not sure why everybody is like on Dolores' neck for being like this fake and fraud type of person. She might be, but if she fake and fraud, then Jackie, I should have put some lotion on my hands. Then Jackie is fake and fraud too, right? There was something else I wanted to mention about Miss Jackie that I wrote down. And Jackie also said that, listen, was Jackie telling the truth about Mr. Bill keeping his penis in his pants? Yes, he should have kept his penis in his pants. But for Jackie to say that, especially in front of Marge, it's kind of like, okay, you find out that your friend is beefing with somebody in a group, but you want to act like this person's like, I'm closer to this person, but you still make like sly, slick look comments on the side. Instead of Jackie just standing there like, girl, I hope they work through it, right? But girl, you put gasoline on a fire because now you making this comment. I think she made that comment in front of Marge, which then is going to give Marge the kind of like, right, girl? He should have kept his penis in his pants. Jackie not this girl who y'all trying to give Jackie too much from what I can see. Because Jackie moving just as dirty as the other girls. That's what I'm seeing. So why is Jackie all of a sudden, from what I see online, like, oh my God, like, yeah, she calling out Dolores. Dolores is fake. Dolores is fraud. Girl, Jackie just is fake and fraud if that's the case. And again, to me, Dolores was on, from what I got from what Dolores was saying was basically, girl, shut up. Because you've been around here basically talking about people's situations, and girl, your husband done cheated on you too. So cut that crying out. Anyways, Marge and Jennifer go to the side and have a conversation. Marge tells Jennifer, basically, girl, your husband ain't no different from me. So the same way you walking around here trying to shame me, your husband was moving the same exact way. And that's the truth. Girl, I've been saying that since the beginning. Like, girl, why Jennifer trying to... Girl, Jennifer, if Marge is a slut, then your husband is a slut. Now, you may not want to call him that because that's your husband. And girl, that's your bread and butter. Girl, we ain't gonna say. I'm just sorry. Jennifer already said that part of the reason why she stayed with him is because she ain't have no money. She said it. She said it. She said she was on her 4th child. Remember, don't get on her line now. She said she was on her 4th child, right? And she didn't have her own income, which means when I weighed my options, girl, I guess I'll go ahead and stick around. So don't get in my comment section talking about, girl, Jennifer had her own businesses and Jennifer... Now, Jennifer stayed... Part of the reason why Jennifer stayed was because she ain't have her own money. And Bill probably promised her, girl, you can have complete control over the checkbook. Girl. Anyway, one of the reasons why I don't feel sorry for Jennifer is because one thing that made me sick to my stomach, and Jennifer, I will say this much. Last year, Jennifer was a kiki to me. At that reunion, baby, Jennifer, girl, was a standout star to me at the reunion last year. But I also have to be honest and say that Jennifer, she does give me one of those women who it's all on the woman. Look how they say Marge was on TV bragging about cheating. I don't know. I don't know. But Marge, look how she treated her. I mean, look how Jennifer treated her mama. I felt so bad for that lady last year. Jennifer gives me it's all the woman's fault. It doesn't matter. Like, even in her marriage, she probably feels like it's my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault. Anyways, Jennifer gonna have to get out of that because it's like, girl, you want to put everything on the woman. Everything is always on the woman from what I can see with Jennifer. Jackie goes to see someone about her eating disorder. Baby Jackie says she have her fingers are numb sometimes. She's always cold. She has a slow heart rate. They really can't start treatment right now because I guess they have to kind of like work their way up. Like, I didn't know this. I think this is the truth. Like, I think like for alcoholics, I didn't know that like you can't stop cold turkey. I think you have to kind of like if an alcoholic wanted to stop drinking, I think they still have to drink. I never knew that, right? They have to kind of like drink still drink, but kind of like slow down. Because if they stop cold turkey, I think they can get sick and die. It's some crazy shit like that. Anyways, I guess with Jackie, they still have to make sure that everything is okay because she, I guess, could probably get even sicker than what she already is, right? Anyways, so Frank, okay, the Dolores and the family, they have a meeting. I'm with Frank. I'm with Frank on this one now. Because at first, I thought that the kids, Frankie and Gabby, were saying that nobody was having company, right? Which I can understand that because the truth of the matter is, even though everybody is grown, like no parent wants to hear their daughter getting banged out. You know, some daddies don't care about their son getting a little coochie on the side. But the truth of the matter is, I wouldn't want to hear none of my children in the next room, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, boy or girl. And don't nobody really want to hear their parents having sex in the other room. So I thought it was like a rule. Like, basically what they're trying to say is, our boyfriend and girlfriend can come over, but you can't have no company. Bitch. No, that's not how this is going to work. Now, it's one thing if y'all said, listen, we're going to live together. No boyfriends, girlfriends are over, coming over, right? And just because they know what they're trying to get to, because ain't nobody about to be having sex in this house. But girl, they just want, they want to be able to have their boyfriend and girlfriend over, but Frank can't have his hoes over. No, that is not how this is going to work. Girl, Frank told Gabby, maybe your man not satisfying you, girl. And I was like, okay, girl. You want to look too far? But okay, I understand what you're trying to say, Frank. Gabby said, girl, well, we can hear you three or four floors down. I said, girl, what is Frank doing? Girl, what you doing when the girls can hear you 3 or 4 floors down? Girl. Dolores. I could tell Dolores and Frank used to fight like cats and dogs, baby. So Dolores was about to tell the kids that her and David are no longer together. She kind of like, you know how people go, she beating around the bush. Frank tell her, just tell her. Just go ahead and tell him you're doing too much, basically. Girl, when Dolores looked at Frank, girl, I said, oh, girl, them girls used to fight. Girl, them girls used to fight. Girl, I could tell. Dolores and Frank used to fight. Girl, I could tell. They basically still, they love David. They want David. They still want to be a part of David's life. Dolores doesn't have a problem with it. You can tell, I think he's very close with Frank still. I'm assuming the kids too. So yeah. Tracy, they're going to the beach house for a few days, I believe. So Tracy arrives. Tiki isn't there yet. He has to work. She tells Joe, I'm very expensive, Joe. I said, come on, white fish. She said, I'm expensive. Anyways, they mix water and vodka. They offer everybody a glass of water. They didn't know that vodka was mixed in with the water. One thing that I love about this group, I love the fact that everybody is so comfortable with each other. Like the way that the husbands and wives interact with each other and the way that they're kind of like touchy-feely, like you would never see that on Atlanta or Potomac. Like I understand the whole, you gotta watch these, you can't trust nobody. But girl, at some point it's kind of like, girl, we all friends. Clearly that's the thing. Clearly they trust each other, which I think is a great thing. Like you would never, like the way that Joe pulled Jackie on the bed, it was playful. They were joking. They would never do that on Potomac or Atlanta because the girls will be ready to like fight. I just love the fact that they're so comfortable with each other and nobody is on this, don't be looking at my man and don't be looking at my wife and keep your hands on my wife. It's kind of like everybody is just cool. I love that about this group of, this cast. Dolores, stand up so we can see your side boob. That's the type of shit they be on. Joe tells us Melissa was standing over him. Joe said that Melissa was standing over him one night. I think he said he was asleep. And she was like, did you and Dolores sleep with each other? Because Marge was being messy last episode. I don't know. It's hard. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. But like, why would Marge say something like that? I don't think they slept with each other, but I feel like Dolores has seen his penis before. Once upon a time. They've been on each other a long time, right? I don't know, child. Dolores tells Jennifer, wait. Oh, so they're at the beach. Dolores tells Jennifer what Jackie said. Jennifer was looking around. Did she say that? Girl, yeah, she said it. She said it. That's why I'm not understanding why people online are so like gun-ho on like coming for Dolores and Dolores being fake when the truth of the matter is Jackie just as fake as Dolores, if anything, probably even more fake. Like, girl, you done said all this stuff. Don't come between, you trying to come between me and Marge's friendship. Your husband should have kept his penis in his pants, which is true. But girl, you can't be out here talking about, oh girl, she's not closer to you. But girl, you standing on the sideline making slick comments. But then you want to sit here and say, girl, I'm your friend. Because a real friend will make slick comments like that, especially in front of your enemy. Because then that's going to give them the ammunition that they need to be like, girl, even the other girls in the group was talking about Bill too, bitch. You see what I'm saying? Louis calls. He don't want to come. He thinks the people talking about him, about that video. Teresa gets upset. She leaves. I'm going to get more into Teresa and Louis next week. Teresa got some nerve. Louis got some nerve. This is all I'm going to say. If you're gonna hop your ass on reality TV, you better make sure that you ain't got no dirt, or if you know you got some dirt, or if you might not even think that you have dirt. If something comes out and people are making a big deal out of it, you better be able to explain it away. But when you run away from stuff, it appears to be bigger than what it is. Teresa says Louis didn't sign up for this. Yeah, he did. He signed up for it. He signed up for it. I'm sure he had to sign some paperwork to get his ass on TV and get mic'd up. He signed up for it. He did. So he could have took the David route. From what I saw, David was never around. David was always at work. I gotta go to work. I'm at work. I gotta go to work. So Louis should have pulled the David route. I gotta go to work. But Louis, you want to be in front of the camera, which is fine. But girl, don't be surprised when, Teresa, it's your turn, sweetie. It's your turn. You got some fucking nerve, Teresa, to be walking around here, going to people's birthday parties, spreading rumors, stuff that you heard in the streets. But girl, when it's time for somebody to address some stuff that actually happened, even though it may not be that big of a deal, girl, you want to get to running. Absolutely not. I don't give a damn how long Teresa been on the show. She ain't learned from the other ones. Hello? If they let that white woman go, Vicky, and she the OG of the OGs of the OG. Okay? You don't get to come to work and think because, oh, girl, I'm the OG, I done put in so much, girl, all of a sudden that I get to turn, I don't have to expose something else in my life. Girl, no, that's not how it works. You don't get to be employee of the month and then all of a sudden think because you've been employee of the month or employee of the year or employee of the season for X amount of seasons that all of a sudden you get to sit the season out. Do you want to check? Because I ain't never heard of nobody going to work half-ass doing their job and then your boss thinking, oh, okay, it's okay. But we're going to get more into Teresa next week. Bye, y'all.